Titles are meaningless. I want this to be very clear. Whatever job or position someone in the upper echelons of really any industry, mainly government and politics and bureaucracy, it's just that. It's just a title. It's just a position. It doesn't particularly wane from influence or legitimate power. Just so we're clear. All right. So we got this story coming to us from New York Post. AOC loses top staffers following controversies. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Saikat Chakrabarti is out as far as being her chief of staff. This is written by Nikki Schwab and John Levin. Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's two top staffers are leaving her congressional office following a firestorm of controversy. Her chief of staff, Saikat Chakrabarti, is done as of Friday. Ocasio-Cortez's communications director, Corbin Trent, plans to be her congressional spokesman until the end of the month, but will then transition to her 2020 campaign to play the same role. So, she's not really losing him at all, but Chakrabarti is the bigger fish. All right. Chakrabarti will head to New Conscious, a nonprofit climate change group that helps promote the Green New Deal, which he himself said was born from wanting to change the country's economic system from a capitalist one to a socialist one, as opposed to anything really to do with the environment. The Intercept first reported the departures, which were confirmed by the Post Friday. Chakrabarti and Trent's aggressive tactics often made life harder for Ocasio-Cortez in Washington. Chakrabarti helped spark the rift between Ocasio-Cortez and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and others when she likened moderate Democrats to New Southern Democrats in a tweet, in effect calling them racist. But that's the thing. Here's the thing when it comes to the whole dog whistle tactic. In order for you to know that a dog whistle is going off, you got to be a dog, don't you? I mean, it is not perceived by the human ear. So, yeah, I think they're all racist. Make no mistake. I think everyone has a in-group preference to a certain degree. But when it comes to like inferiority and superiority, there's a lot of subconscious bias, which these same folks like to talk about themselves. But because they believe that because they are of color, then, oh my goodness, well, I'm allowed to have that subconscious bias. You're not, because you are not of color. These people. He particularly targeted moderate Rep. Sharice Davids, a Democrat from a formerly red Kansas district, who is one of two Native American women serving in Congress. Chakrabarti said Davids voted in a way that helped enable a racist system when she voted in favor of a bill that would provide southern border relief. Oh my goodness. The tweet was deleted, but the damage was done. The remark was widely criticized and prompted a tweet from the House Democrats account. Who is this guy and why is he explicitly singling out a Native American woman of color? You couldn't see my face right there, but I made a face. Chakrabarti also regularly tweeted criticisms of Pelosi, who sat down with Ocasio-Cortez last Friday to clear the air. In a closed-door caucus meeting, the speaker had urged the socially savvy freshman to stop tweeting about other House Dems. I mean, get her in line. I mean, that's the thing. The establishment got to get you in line, and I can't help but feel like this is one of the steps towards it. But like I said in the beginning of this video, just because someone doesn't have their title or position doesn't mean that their influence or their true power has waned in any way, shape, or form. So where, some people will look at this and be like, oh, this is so great that he's out and this solves the problem. It does not. And guess what? One of the things that I've learned throughout the course of just being alive is that when you get rid of one problem, you are very likely creating 2, 3, possibly 5 more. All right. In June, Trent also generated negative press for his boss when he dropped the F-bomb while calling out a potential Republican challenger on Twitter. Yo, Rich Vaders, what in the actual fuck makes you think you're entitled to a debate with AOC? I don't know why I read it like that, but either ways, Trent tweeted, pro tip, stalking her at a parade ain't gonna make it any more likely to happen, bruh. I don't know why I said it like that. Both aides followed the the New York Democrat to D.C. after working on her successful primary campaign, in which she toppled Rep. Joe Crowley as the leaders of the Justice Democrats, an insurgent group that tried to oust Democratic incumbents and replace them with progressives more in line with Senator Bernie Sanders. Even Bernie isn't what these folks are on, okay? The finances surrounding Justice Democrats have also generated bad press. The group attracted 3 Federal Election Commission complaints filed by conservative groups because of an odd setup in which money from the PAC flowed into 2 limited liability companies controlled by Chakrabarti. So basically, they was playing funny with the money, and that was being looked into. Ocasio-Cortez didn't require Chakrabarti nor Trent to disclose their personal finances. Members can designate any member of their staff as principal assistant, forcing them to file annual financial disclosure forms. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Why does nobody have an editor today? Both Ocasio-Cortez and Trent painted a rosy picture of the departures. Her office told The Intercept that the aides leaving was planned before the most recent dust-up between AOC and other members of the so-called Jihad Squad, and House leadership. Saikat has decided to leave the office of Rep. Ocasio-Cortez to work with New Consensus, to further develop plans for a Green New Deal. Something that, like, honestly, Hickenlooper just, like, shot that in. Like, yo, it's a distraction. Like, of all the people, right? Hickenlooper was like, yo, this is a distraction, man. Get that out of here. Trent said in the statement, "We are extraordinarily grateful for his service to advance a bold agenda and improve the lives of the people of New York 14. From his co-founding of Justice Democrats to his work on the Ocasio-Cortez campaign and in her official office, Saikat's goal has always been to do whatever he can to help the larger progressive movement, and we look forward to continuing working with him to do that." The Congresswoman texted The Intercept saying that Trent was shifting to our campaign side so we can work on some ambitious comms projects we've been looking forward to working on. So, yeah. I saw a couple of people try to play this off as if, oh man, you know, this is such a great thing. This is such a... It is what it is. Like, that's just because the title's gone, just because he's gone from the position, does not wane influence or power by any stretch of the imagination. So, yeah, this guy who looks to completely change the American way of life is still out in these streets, man, doing his thing. And I'm just saying. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. I ain't scared of you. You ain't going to hurt me with that. I'm saying, and don't hurt me when I see dislike. Come on, man. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring, and YouTube's definitely not going to do that. Honestly, I really do appreciate the growth that the channel has seen over the past month. I checked the analytics yesterday. I was like, oh wow, 200 and some percent change, and people were really hopping on, and I appreciate you guys, definitely. Oh man. So, and speak. Let me know. What do you think in the comments? Do you think Saikat has really, like, you know, lost any power or influence at all, or do you think that, you know, I mean, he's done. He's out. There's no way that he'll ever be able to influence a piece of legislation like the Green New Deal or anything else like that ever again. I'd love to hear your comments in the section. Well, to read your comments in the section, and know your thoughts. Read your comments in the section. And until the next one.